goes on and on and on, and you're like, okay, am I ever going to get better? This was like everything was thrown at us at once, and that is not to say we won't have more stuff in the future, but it was like everything was thrown at us at once. We were brought to our knees, and it was like, okay, now's the
healing time.
The time, right? Are we going to do this or are we not? And if we're going to do it, how are we going to do it? And having people in our lives that were very good to us and very supportive and offered advice, because that's another thing too. So many people go through things and they don't ask. They don't, you look at people and you
share.
go, God, they have such a great marriage. Meanwhile,
behind the scenes,
yeah, they've struggled. They've done all this. So not that we wanted to air it all out in front of everybody, but to be able to ask people that we trusted and got positive feedback from was really helpful. And then of course having our listeners and people who truly were interested in where we were, what we were doing, and when we were coming back.
Right. And it's actually a good time for us to be on hiatus through that transition and our move, because we needed that time too to figure out what we were doing and what was going on. But we're very excited to be back. And
super
excited. That in itself is a great feeling, because when you're going through the hard times, you're struggling to keep everything you can afloat. And when you care about something so much, and we love our show, we love the Girls Hour, we love what we do, we love all of you that listen and support and the interaction and the people that we've met through having our show. So when we're going through those times, it's really hard to enjoy that, to know that is you're like, oh, get excited about it. Right. It becomes all of a sudden, oh my God, I forgot about that or whatever. Right. And so that perfect time of being on hiatus to be able to do that, and then to come back with a new season and to have a fresh thing.
Fresh start.
Fresh start.
One of the things I think about coming into a new season is you get to take what you liked from the last and leave the rest type thing. Sound like I'm in a 12-step program, but take what you need and leave the rest.
Preach it, baby. Preach it.
But it's true. One of the things we've changed a little bit of what we want to do with the Girls Hour, and we want to move forward into different avenues. We want to do a little bit more promotions and get more involved in different things, of course, here on the island and all of Hawaii, the state of Hawaii. And with so many people coming and for us, the LGBT community, and getting involved in different activities and possibly building a better community here for, young kids and people our age who come on vacation, and, what is there to do? Where do you go? And doesn't have to be just LGBT, but, things that
we listen, we support everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're really big on everyone, even when we did our marriage series, it was all about marriage, relationships.
Exactly.
It applies to everyone in a relationship and in a marriage. Just different fabrics of that.
Yeah, so, definitely. Yeah. We want to continue with our musicians and our authors.
Weekend reads, we're getting back into that.
Yes, and we've actually found some new ones. So now that we're here in Hawaii, we want to get involved in activities that we believe in. We want to be the go-to for different things here on the island and, of course, in the surrounding islands. Whether you're coming to visit or you live here, we want to be involved in different activities. We want to be involved in concerts and fundraisers. There was one
marriages.
Different things that are going on. And we also want to be a part of building a stronger LGBT community here on the island. With my nieces being here and Ava being a teenager, we want to hopefully develop some sort of community for teens that we can be
youth.
That we can be a part of. And, hopefully, we have great plans for that when we move forward with it. And then, of course, going back to our things that we are taking with us, our authors, our musicians, our artists. Our weekend reads start again next week. And we have stayed in contact with all of our authors that, are just so phenomenal.
Talented.
So
talent.
And we were also, as we started last year, bringing in different authors under a different genre. We had Roberta Brown last year, who wrote The Shoulding, and that was a self-help, life-changing, motivating book. We want to do things like that and bring different people in. We had Dr. Jen Michele on with her Relationship Fix book. We had Dr. Karen Anderson on with her...
Single is the new black. Don't wear white till it's right.
Exactly. So,
which is amazing.
And like you said, with our marriage segments, that wasn't just for us, same-sex marriage. It was for...
everyone.
Yeah. It was, some of these things are just universal. We actually are reading a marriage book, a daily reading.
From Dr. Chapman.
Yes, who did the 5 languages of love. And when we read it, it's he and she. So we just changed the pronouns because what he's talking about is universal. It's marriage is marriage, relationships are relationships. So And hopefully that can help people from all different walks of life feel connected and bring us into their homes.
And if you'd like to reach out to us, if you have any authors or somebody that sparked your interest, you want to bring some attention, you could email us, thegirls@thegirlshour.com. That's HOUR. You can also find us, go to our website, thegirlshour.org. You could find information there. Jen's going to be posting some new things up there, and we're going to be changing all that around, some events, anything that's going on. So check us out there. Email us your questions, comments. You could find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram @thegirlshour. Go there. And of course, we got to spark up Walter's World. Tell him about his Instagram real quick.
Absolutely. Walter has his own Instagram. It's Walter's World 2013. And we stay pretty current on that. He is, he's a ham. He doesn't know he is, and he hates it, but it doesn't matter.
He doesn't like pictures.
No, as soon as the phone comes out, he runs. Even, and I'll be like, I'm making a phone call, and he's like, oh no, So a lot of what we have to do is hidden, but he's fine. But follow that one. That's a good one. And of course, one of the things we are definitely taking with us is our What Love Looks Like, coming into season 3. So we need pictures for that.
Absolutely. Share all your photos with us. What love looks like to you. It could be your pet. It could be a flower. It could be, your bird. It could be you and your spouse, your loved one, your grandmother, your, kids, your sister, your kids. Just send us for you whatever love looks like.
Yes. And please know too, when you send it, we will post it. So if there's any issues or you don't want names mentioned, we like to post it and give credit to whoever is in the picture. So please let us know, especially if there's somebody else in it. If there's somebody else we can do a shout out to. We get some really good ones, and we post them and we repost them, and then they end up on our website, which is really cool. So I think that's going to be it for today. We want to thank everybody for the last 3 months, the support from the very beginning to now. We managed to stay in touch with a lot of people while we were on hiatus, and a lot of people who were we got a lot of messages for people who were like, wait, you're living in Hawaii? Like what, Hawaii? So we are acknowledging the fact that we were not able to talk about that, but we are talking about it now.
From New York to Hawaii.
Yes, exactly. So we're back, and our goal is to be back with a weekly podcast that my beautiful and talented wife will be producing and taking care of. And I just sit here and look pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
No, you do more than that.
No, that's pretty much it. Except when we do our show in the morning and my hair looks like it went out.
The vision of loveliness that I have. Yeah. There'll be no pictures of us this morning. Let's just put it that way. We're now in Hawaii, so there are lots of things that you don't wear. And you don't do your hair. You don't put makeup on. Wearing flip-flops or barefoot or whatever. Tank tops. And to get personal here, no bras are great. They're great.
Okay, wait. Just a little quick story. We know we were closing it out, but it's so laid back and comfortable, and it's what I've always wanted to live. I was definitely born in the wrong coast, and I carried that with me when I moved back to the East Coast. And I very rarely wore shoes, and I we've talked about it. It would be November or beginning of December when my family would be like, okay, seriously, you got to put socks on, like you have to.
She was wearing white pants and like white shorts and a tank top, and it's like 45 degrees outside, and we're like, Jen, she's like, I know, it should be freezing.
So now when I go to work in the morning, I get dressed, and the job that I'm working is I'm leaving in like the middle of the middle of the night. It's like anywhere between 2 and 4 in the morning. And I wear my flip-flops out to the car. My shoes are in the car, and I drive my half hour, and I get to work. And how many times I've gotten out of the car and walking to the building and be like, oops, I got to put my shoes on. But that's how it was back on the East Coast. In the summer, I would always take my shoes off. And how many times I'd get to a store I was, checking or whatever, and I'd be walking across the parking lot barefoot and be like, oop, got to go back inside and put my shoes on.
I had a cute little incident that happened recently. I went to go meet you, remember? And I'm going to run out the front door, and we keep our flip-flops by the front door. And I have one color, and Jen has like an orange, and I have a brown. And I was wearing some cute outfit. I don't remember. It was color coordinated, which I don't know how I did that with the shoes. But I put my sunglasses on real quick, and I'm going to grab my keys off the key rack, and I flip on the shoes. And I have there's a right shoe and a left shoe next to each other. So I just slip them on, and I run out the door. Lock the door, get there. Arrive. Jen goes to me. do you plan on doing that? And I'm like, what is she talking to now? I looked down, I had one orange flip-flop on and one brown one. But
she's standing next to me, and she's helping me work in a store, and something caught my eye on the ground, and I look, and I'm like, that's one my shoe, one her shoe. And then when I got home before she did, and I opened the door to the apartment, and there on the floor is the exact matching pair, a set of the shoes. So,
right next to each other.
But
it was funny, the things that you can do. And I couldn't get away with that in New York when I was working. One brown shoe, one black shoe. I would have been like devastated. I would have sent myself home.
There were days that I felt like I looked like that. That's for sure.
Oh my God, it was so bad. Well, we're so thankful to all of you for listening to our show. And we're so glad to be back here, The Girls Hour. Check us out. Go to our website, thegirlshour.org. You can go there. Go to our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, The Girls Hour. And please email us, thegirls@thegirlshour.com. So thanks so much for listening. And until next week, have a great week.
The Girls Hour with Jen and Michele.